So, how much money does one need to be grinning like a Cheshire cat? Well, there's a question that's been juggled more times than a clown at a circus. A lot of people swear by this: $75,000. They say that's the ticket price for a joyride to the land of sunshine and rainbows. But isn't that a bit too cut and dried? Can we really slap a price tag on happiness like it was a pair of socks on a clearance shelf? Enter stage left, our money whisperer and chief joy investigator, Lindsay Bryan Podvin. She's of the opinion that this one-price-fits-all happiness model is about as dependable as a weather forecast. According to her, happiness isn't about hitting that sweet spot in your bank account. It's not about chasing the dollar bill like a squirrel after an acorn. It's about figuring out what enough means. That's a term more elusive than a snow leopard, I tell you. She nudges us to shift our gaze from the bank balance, which, let's be honest, is as unpredictable as a cat on a hot tin roof, to experiences that pack our suitcase of joy. It's about giving our expenses a good once-over, not to chop them down like a lumberjack, but to make sure they're in line with our personal compass. So, do we really need to pawn our joy for a specific sum of dough? Let's jump down this rabbit hole of giggles and greenbacks, shall we? All right, folks, let's face it. Each of us has a unique definition of enough. For some of us, it might be a mansion and a private jet, and for others, it's a cozy home and a Netflix subscription. And that's okay. Life isn't a competition about who's got the biggest TV, unless, of course, we're playing a game of who's got the worst eyesight. Our clever friend, the financial therapist Lindsay Bryan Podvin, urges us to separate the ingredients of our self-worth from our bank statements. This is key, my friends, because not everyone enjoys the drama of crying over a spilled Starbucks Frappuccino because it cost us $5. Instead of worrying if our neighbor has a bigger grill, we should be pondering, do I have what I need to do the I found the TV remote victory dance? Bryan Podvin suggests we take a shot at the dartboard of life experiences that up our feel-good quotient rather than stocking up our bank account like it's a nuclear bunker. Sure, a fancy getaway to Bora Bora might be exciting, but the joy of winning a game of Monopoly with friends, or the serenity of a Sunday spent with a gripping novel and a cat snoring on your lap, pure gold. And hey, they definitely don't cost as much, which means we don't need as much time on the clock to enjoy them more than that trip to Bora Bora. The trick is to find our unique personal sweet spot between financial stability and personal satisfaction. It's not about renouncing all worldly possessions. I mean, who'd want to reject an occasional caviar dinner or a pair of killer heels, right? It's more about making wise decisions to splash our hard-earned cash on things that twirl our happiness umbrellas. Imagine if our spending decisions were like a game of Tetris, where each block perfectly placed to reflect our personal values. Now that's a strategy to a life brimming with delightful experiences, hearty laughter, and of course, joy. Ever wondered what your current spending speaks of your values? Are you of the save every penny for a rainy day school of thought, or do you operate on the live today, like there's no tomorrow principle? If your wallet's cry is, I've been emptied in a nocturnal online shopping extravaganza, then we might require a coffee table discussion. Pronto. Now, you see, money management is kind of like being Sherlock Holmes, but instead of cracking crime mysteries, we're playing hide and seek with our fast vanishing bucks. It's like turning on a high-beam flashlight that exposes our financial faux pas, much to our chagrin. Consider this. Your monthly bank statement is not just some cryptic hieroglyph of numbers, and that one embarrassing acquisition from definitely not a toy store. It's a riveting saga, a Game of Thrones of your moolah, with fewer dragons and more. Oh, why on earth did I sign up for another streaming platform? Reading your bank statement, are you the Indiana Jones of investment, diving into experiences that bring pure joy, like that pottery class where you sculpted something that was supposed to resemble a bowl but ended up looking like a Picasso's masterpiece? Or are you dancing with the devil of indiscriminate spending, seduced by items that offer a momentary high, like that ultra-modern toaster that still manages to char your toast because those buttons might as well be in Morse code? Let's embark on this money management quest together and try to ignore the tempting allure of those guilty pleasure cameos that pop up. Okay, gang? Ready to toss around some ideas and spill some beans? What's your chocolate cake? That's right. What's your go-to for a one-way ticket to Cloud9? Throw us your nuggets of knowledge. Our ears are wide open. If you've sifted some sweet wisdom from our Gab session, don't be a wallflower. Pummel that like button. Come on, make it twinkle. Let's transform the comment section into a full-on fiesta. Bring on the crowd. And hey, if you're craving for more journeys to the realm of Mull and Marvel, whack that subscribe button like it owes you money. Just keep in mind, joy isn't about the size of your savings account. It's about the seasoning you've sprinkled into your existence. Thanks for hanging around. You're the coolest.